2025 is just around the corner, and with it comes a whole new set of travel rules you need to know. From new passport regulations to high-tech security measures, your next adventure might look a little different, but don't worry, I've got you covered. So in today's video, I am going to be sharing with you some important changes that you need to know that may have huge impacts on your travel plans in the year 2025. These updates will have a significant effect on everyone in one way or the other. As to whether you're going to be traveling for school, work, vacation, or leisure, you're going to be impacted with these rules. So if I were you, I will watch this video to the end so that I get all the gist. And without wasting much of your time, let's get straight into the details. Right. From May 2025, ETIAS will start rolling. So someone might ask, what is ETIAS? ETIAS stands for the European Travel Information and Authorization System. It is an electronic travel authorization that allows citizens of certain countries to visit Europe without a visa. So it is a kind of visa waiver, okay? So initially, there were some countries or citizens from certain countries that were exempted from acquiring a visa before entry into the Schengen zone, okay? So the Schengen area was a visa-free for those citizens. But as from May 2025, that is no more going to be the issue. So they are going to be going through a system, an authorization system, before they can enter into any of the European countries, okay? Just like the way we apply for Schengen visa before we can travel to our favorite countries in Europe, the same way they were having it easy, so they can just travel, pick their passport, and then go straight. But this time around, there is still a visa free for them because it's just a waiver. It's just a visa waiver, but then they need to do this ETIAS, apply online before they can enter into that particular country. And these countries that will be affected are Canada, Australia, USA, Brazil, and the likes. So if you are a citizen from these countries, not henceforth, from May 2025, if you are planning to go on a holiday in any of the European countries, you might need to fill the ETIAS form online before you can embark on that trip. So filling the form is super easy, okay? And the approval is within minutes. Within minutes, you get your approval. You don't have to wait for days to be approved, okay? And the fee for it is €7. Very cheap. And the ETIAS will last you for 3 years when you apply for it. It will last you for 3 years. People under 18 years and seniors or 70 years are exempted from the fee, but they still have to fill out the form. So it's just the fee that they won't be paying for. The next change that you need to take note of in 2025 is the start of the EES. The EES, which stands for the Entry-Exit System, is a new way of taking note of the number of people who enter and exit a particular country, okay? The interesting part is that this is actually going to take away the passport control service, that is the stamping of your passport. It's going to erase that. So we are no more going to be seeing our passport stamp. So it's more of a self-checking system. So you get to the border control and then you fill in your details, you scan your face or you scan your fingers, and it takes the pictures and the details are captured into the system of that particular country you are visiting. So no more passport stamping. I'm sad because some of us is the passport stamping that gives us the vibe of the travel. But anyway, whatever be the case, I hope everything is for our own good. That's why they are initiating that. Updates number 3 that we'll be talking about is the ETA. Today everything is E. And this also stands for Electronic Travel Authorization. This is an advanced travel permission required from foreign nationals who intend to visit or transit in the United Kingdom without a visa. Just like the ETIAS, which is a visa waiver for certain citizens, it is the same way the ETA is also going to be working, but this is for Great Britain. So anyone entering into Great Britain from those countries, they will need this authorization before they can enter the UK. I don't know if it makes sense, okay? So I'll put a screenshot of those countries or those nationals who need the ETA in the video, so you need not to worry. And just for you to take note, it has nothing to do with Africans unless you're a British national, then you have your exemptions. But this applies to the countries I mentioned earlier, the Canadians, Americans, Australians, and the likes that used to enter the Great Britain without a visa this time around, before you enter into Great Britain, you will need to apply for the ETA. Now, let's make this clear. For instance, you are from Canada and you are traveling to the UK, Great Britain, of course, you will need to apply for the ETA, which costs £10 and it lasts you for 2 years, okay? When you get to the United Kingdom and after a week or two or whatever, you now decide to move from the UK to maybe France, which is in the Schengen zone, now you will no more need the ETA, but you will now need to apply for the ETA. You will now need to apply for the ETIAS to enter into France. I hope that makes everything clear now, okay? Right, so if you're coming into the Great Britain, you will need the ETA, but if you are exiting Great Britain into Europe, the Schengen zone, then you will need the ETIAS. Now, update number 4 that we'll be talking about is automatic refund from airlines. This one, I'm so excited about it, okay? So with this particular rule, what they are saying is that as from 2025, you're going to get an automatic refund due to cancellations and significant delays of flights for more than 3 hours domestically or 6 hours internationally, or if your airport is changed. So if by any reason your flight gets delayed, cancelled, or your airport gets changed, automatically the airline needs to refund you your money, and this money has to automatically go back into your account details that you used in paying, unless you yourself authorize them to pay in a different, maybe give you a voucher or something, but you have to get your cash back. This is quite exciting, okay? So if your flight gets cancelled, gets delayed for unnecessary reasons, you should be expecting a refund from the airlines. And another interesting part is that even if the cancellation of the flight is due to weather, the airline needs to refund your money. This is a good job done by the Department of Transportation. They've really done well with this one. Talking about refund, also, if your bag gets delayed more than 12 hours domestically or 15 to 30 hours internationally, you will get a refund. You will get a refund of your check-in fee, okay? So let me explain. For instance, you checked in a bag. So this has nothing to do with your carry-on bags, the bags you go into the flight with. No, but those bags, especially those ones that we stock with food and other stuff, the heavy ones that we check in. Right, so the new rule is saying that if you check in that bag and for some reasons the bag get lost or whatever, and you haven't been able to be united with your bag 12 hours domestically, that is if you travel domestically 12 hours, that check-in fee that you paid for that bag needs to be refunded to you, okay? And then if the delay was between 15 to 30 hours internationally, your check-in fee for that bag needs to be refunded to you by the airlines. That is simple as ABCD. That is what the rule is saying now. This is good news. If your bag has never been missing, you won't understand this rule. I remember somewhere 2021 when we traveled to Sierra Leone, okay? And for some reason, one of the bags that we went with, we checked it in, but we got to Sierra Leone and we couldn't find the bag. It took so many efforts to retrieve the bag. No one could find where the bag was, okay? And luckily for us, our host was the government officials, okay? So they put in some effort to look out for the bag, okay? And finally we got that bag, I think a week later after arriving into Sierra Leone, okay? So if these rules were there during that time that the bag has been lost, we would have been refunded our money for checking that bag in. You get it? Again, still talking about bags, Apple has partnered with most airlines to have this tool, which is called the AirTag, in their bags. They're traveling, the check-in bags, okay? So whilst you're traveling, you're going to have that little tag in your bag, and that will help the airline and yourself to be able to retrieve your bag if it goes missing for a reason. Okay, right. So this has been already in use. Some people have been using this for some time now, but the new change is that you personally, previously, you could have had the air tag in your luggage and you are tracking it on your phone, right? So it's a personal thing. So even if your bag gets missing and you complain to the airlines, they will say, yes, we will check for you. But then you are with your phone and you could tell where the bag is, but then the airlines won't be able to know where the bag is. They'll be doing their normal check. They wouldn't know where the bag is. But the interesting thing with Apple partnership with the airline is that now the air tags, when you put them into your bag and then there is an issue of a missing bag, what you need to do is to share that link, the link on your app, you share it with the airline, and now the airline will be able to trace on the map where exactly your bag is. And this will make it a bit faster for them to unite you with your bag. I personally like this one also because, like, just like the example I just cited with my trip to Sierra Leone, okay, when our bag got lost. If by then we had the air tag in that bag and we shared the link with the airlines, it wouldn't have taken like a week or so for us to get the bag. The airline would have known where the bag is. Unknown to us, that bag was still in Ghana. Even when we left Ghana to Sierra Leone, the bag was still in Ghana. So when they later find out that it was still in Kotoka, they now have to bring it back to Sierra Leone. Okay, right. So, but if we had that air tag in our bags and we could trace where the bag is and we shared the link to the airline would have been able to know exactly, trace it on the map and know where exactly the bag is, and it would have been much easier for us to get our bag quicker. You understand? Yeah. So I think I like this particular rule. Let me know what you think in the comment section. The final rule is for my Ryanair girlies and boys. If you are a Ryanair girly like me or boy, then this rule is for you. Okay. So right from 2025, Ryanair is going paperless. They are going paperless. So all your booking, your check-in, whatever that you need to be done has to be on the app. I think they already started one in these like this year, but it was just hand in hand with the papers. But 2025, they are going paperless. Okay. I remember when I was booking for my trip to Spain. Okay, I usually use a particular app to book my trips, and then when I did the check-in and everything to look for the particular flight I wanted to go with, and I knew definitely I was going to go with Ryanair, the site now redirected me to go straight to Ryanair app, and I needed to download the app before I can proceed. So I downloaded the app and then did all what I needed to do. I booked the tickets online, checked in online, had my boarding pass on my phone. So when the D-Day for the travel, I was checking in, I was boarding, I only needed to show that boarding pass on my phone. I never had a hard copy or whatever. So I think it makes it a bit easier. That would be a good thing anyways. But the only challenge is that you need to always remember to check in, because failure to check in, you will be charged £85 at the airport. So you don't want to do that. So, and before we sign off from this particular video, I am trying for us to have a Q&A, question and answers time. So what I will do is that if you have any particular question that you really want to ask me, you can pop that question beneath this particular video. And if you pop your questions there, another thing I will want you to do is for you to write in capital letters if you want me to answer those questions on live, come live on YouTube to answer the questions, or you want me to just answer the questions offline, like record a video offline and then upload it for you guys to watch later. So if you want it live, after your question, you just write live in capital letters. And if you want it offline, you just add off in capital letters for me to know what to do. And I will compile all those questions. And then the majority of whether live or off that I will get, I will go according to that. Okay. And please do ask questions that I can answer. I'm begging you. Right. So I hope you find value watching today's video and you are geared up for the year 2025. If so, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave me your comments in the comment section. Share these videos to as many as you can so that they will know all these new rules. Until I see you all again in another video, keep being nice, keep being lovely. And I know and believe that 2025 is going to be a blessed year for all of us. Until then, peace out.